KPSO7 here, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the events that are going on, and also the fact that the hippie and the merchant's back. But yeah, so starting off, we have the new stash raid event. Well, it's not new, but it's come back. So in this event, you have to get these cutters, and with the cutters you can open up these crystal-like things here, and you get these X-ray goggles so you can see the rewards before you actually open them. So here I've got some of them X-rayed, and I've picked the ones that I need the most. So like food, extra X-ray vision, cash. I only bought the first pass also, so I don't get these super cutters. You only unlock them from the second or third pass, which I don't recommend. All you need for this one is the first pass, really. But this event is a very good event. I think it provides a lot of food, it provides a lot of cash, it provides uranium, and some really good rewards. Let's take a look at them real quick. So from the frozen crates this time, we can get the Winter Dawn Axe. When attacking, has a 39 to 44% chance of dealing 150 to 165% slash damage. All enemies take damage equal to 50% of the unit's attack every second. Damage ignores shield, and all effects that reduce incoming damage. Once in a while, the unit's max health and damage increase by 25% for 6 seconds. This looks like a very overpowered axe. I won't even lie. It looks really good. Now, I'm wondering if it'd be good on something like Tomahawk. Me and one of the other Wolverines named Alex, we was discussing this before. He said it would look good on Tomahawk, which does look like it would be. I like it where it says all enemies take damage equal to 50% of the unit's attack every second. That means, say, if the unit has 60,000 damage, that means everyone's taking 30,000 damage a second. It can go higher than that, a lot higher than that. But yeah, looks very good. Then moving on, we have the Cold Breath Grenade, which I personally love. This grenade, it's very good. Once in a while, the unit resurrects a random ally with 15% health and scares a random enemy for 3 seconds. Every second the unit deals 60,000 plus bonus chemistry knowledge, chemical damage to themselves and all enemies in a small radius around them. This is very good. So it resurrects an ally, and it doesn't just resurrect an ally, it also scares a random enemy, for 3 seconds, and it does 60,000 plus more damage. That is overpowered. And it's to them, to all enemies in a small radius around them. So, technically, if you're playing a 6-man, you could be doing 60,000 times 6, which is 360,000 plus extra chemistry knowledge damage. Which, let me check real quick. I've got it on my firewall, so currently not using my firewall because I'm testing Pharaoh, but yeah, on this it's 77,270 extra chemistry knowledge damage. That can build up a lot. That is a lot of damage that can be done at once to all enemies. That is really overpowered from what I've tested so far. Then after that, we've got the Dead Ice Assault Rifle. When attacking, has a 20 to 22% chance of dealing 75 to 90% damage to a group of enemies. Once in a while, the unit fires a projectile at 2 random enemies. The projectile deals damage equal to 100% of the unit's attacks and freezes the enemy. During this time, the enemy cannot move or attack. It also increases the cooldown times of the target's gear and multi-purpose weapon abilities by 5 seconds. If an enemy has already been frozen, frost projectiles are launched out of the target at all enemies in a small radius around it. Each projectile deals 100,000 chemical damage and has a 50% chance to freeze the target for 5 seconds. While frozen, the target cannot move or attack. It also increases the cooldown times of the ability, gear, and multi-purpose weapon abilities by 5 seconds. It's just another KSO rifle. I'd need more testing on it, but it just looks like a regular assault rifle. It's nothing special. I still think that this one that I'm using on my intruder, I still think this one that tears is still better. But it could be a decent AI if you don't have that one or this one. I heard this one's very common among players, and I heard this one's very good. I'd need to do testing to actually prove that, but I've heard that is very good. Then after that, we also have this, the Frost Perception Gear Attachment. This looks like it could be very good, and an upgrade to the Stasis. Now, this is the first actual gear attachment we've had locked to a pass in an event. So this does once in a while when the unit gains a debuff, cast restoration on the attachment owner The unit has a random debuff removed and restores 300,000 health. The damage is also enhanced by 50% and health by 25% for 5 seconds. This is definitely an upgrade to stasis. Like, it's amazing. Restores 300,000 health. That will be even more when made anomalous. So what I think is, you want this either on a damage dealer, or you probably want it on snow. I have a green snow, but I also have other units that deal crazy damage like Pharaoh. So I mean, technically it could go on my Pharaoh instead of enhancing chemical damage done. But I think it would also be very good on snow, especially with my snow thing here, because of the increased ingoing and outgoing healing. And also with my snow, the healing that it gains, it also like distributes among allies. So it also heals my allies for the same amount, or for a percentage amount for it. So it could be very useful. Then we've also got, if my phone would stop lagging. Oh, 1 minute. Arctic Silence Armor. Once in a while, the unit steals 50% chemical and physical defense from themselves, from enemies in a small radius around themselves for 5 seconds. Every second, enemies in a small radius around the armor wearer take physical damage, equal to 150% of the unit's physical defense. This could be good on... I don't actually know. I still think Below Your Speaker's armor is the best infantry armor, especially for something like Hitman. But with the small radius, it sounds like you'd have to put it on either Hitman or like a Grim, and you wouldn't want to do that. I mean, it's good if you're pairing them both, but there are definitely better armors out there. Then we also have the Age of Cold Gear. Once in a while, when the armor wearer gains a buff, their damage is increased by 10% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. Now, this bit stacks up to 10 times. It means it can do it 10 times, so it actually increases the damage up to 100% for 10 seconds, or like for 100 seconds. I don't get how it works, but I think that's how it works. It can do that 10 times. Once in a while, the unit fires a projectile at 3 random enemies. The projectile deals physical damage equal to 200% of the unit's attacks, and the armor wearer gains a shield that absorbs damage equal to 100% of the damage dealt by the projectile. The shield absorbs damage of any type and lasts for 5 seconds. So this could be okay. I mean, say, like, if you do 100,000 damage a second on average, you're getting 200,000 physical damage. That means you're gaining a shield that does 200,000 damage absorption for 5 seconds. It's okay, but with the way things are these days, especially with pure damage, it will just go straight through the shield. And 200,000 isn't that much. And then we've just got the basic decorations for the shelter. We got the yard, and then we got the elephant vehicle for the officer. It's okay. It's just normal. Then we've got the Ash Winter Bracelet. When using a weapon ability, the unit deals damage equal to 200% of the unit's attack to the target of the attack. The ability triggers once per 1 second, so it could be okay. But there are a lot better bracelets out there, especially these days. The device, I've heard this looks good. Once in a while, the unit reduces the chemistry knowledge of a random enemy chemist. That is really important, especially if it goes for a main damage dealer. So if it went for an enemy's Pharaoh, or if it went for a red snow, could be really good in them situations, nerfing those chemists. For 2 seconds, and gains a shield that absorbs damage equal to the amount of chemistry knowledge stolen. So if it takes away 100,000 chemistry knowledge, it just gains a shield that is basically 100,000 chemistry knowledge. And shield, it lasts 2 seconds max. So that's not that bad, but it's okay. The White Desert Biocannon. Whenever an ally is resurrected, the Biocannon owner increases all healing received by the resurrected ally by 100% for 5 seconds. Also, the resurrected ally can't be targeted for 5 seconds. Whenever an enemy is resurrected, the Biocannon owner reduces the damage, as well as physical and chemical defenses of the resurrected ally. This can be good, especially if you're running 2 Biocannon owners. So if you're running Outcast Templar, and if you're running a full bio set, I feel like it could be useful on the Outcast Templar, but there are many better biocannons out there, like the one I'm using at the moment, which is anti-res. You want to prevent them from being reanimated or resurrected. They're the same thing. So it's good if you don't have those types of things, but I feel like there's definitely better out there. But yeah, these are the free rewards here that you can get from the field normally. And then this crate is the one that you have to pay for to get some of these extra rewards. So like these ones here, you have to pay for. They're locked behind a paywall. The rest, these ones are all free. I feel like those are really good. The attachment's not free, by the way. That's one you have to pay for. But I feel like this event, all around, a very good event. It gives you amazing resources. It's pretty easy to grind, really. All you really need to do is bunkers and just the main stuff you have in the game anyway. So it's a very grindable event. It doesn't require you to megally grind the event. It's a pretty relaxed one, but if you choose to grind it, then you can get a lot of resources, and you have the opportunity to get quite a bit of uranium from this as well, which us top tier players in CC11, you know you need a lot of uranium. So this is very key, especially when it gives you other things like keycards as well, so you can carry on grinding the event. Overall, I think it's well rounded. This event's really good, and the one thing I do have to say though is this: why do you have to buy the third pass for this? Like, come on. It's a bit ridiculous. Like, to get this extra, like, I don't even know what this is. Like, what is it? It's just like extra rewards, but this you don't need. It's not unnecessary. You can get all these free ones at the top, but then all the ones locked behind a paywall, there's just no need for it. Like, at least give it to the first pass, because there's no mega overpowered game changing like rewards in there that can alternate the game in such a way, so shouldn't be locked behind a huge paywall. Like, the differences between these passes, like this one's $8.99 Great British pounds, then you got £17.49, then £26.99, like, and you have to buy the £26.99 one for the last for this. You have to pay £27 to get this. It's a bit of a rip-off in a way. Like, yeah, you get the other rewards too, and you get more bonus things, but in a way, it's not really worth it. Just buy the first pass if you're going to buy any pass for this event. Do not buy any other pass. It's not required. It's nice to gift your Alliance members, but other than that, it's not a necessity. We also have the Spy Market pack, which is good if you need to get previous event items. I made a mistake buying this. I should have bought the hacking rifle. Let me find it real quick. I needed to buy this. This is so much more powered. But there are some things in here that are key, like the hacking rifle. There is also, if I can find it, blow your speaker's armor, which I mentioned previously about it being good for Hitman. There are other ones as well. So here, the steam screen grenade. This is very good for the snowstorm or firestarter. I know a lot of people use them for them. Then there is, bear with me 2 seconds, these kunai bro knives. I've heard these are good for Hitman. They're an alternative if you don't have some of the other ones. The ones I use, these ones aren't that good, but I know there are one that tear armor. They're very good. If you have them, use them. We also have the Wandering Merchant Shop. This is good if you don't have previous MPWs, but at the moment, spending cryptos isn't as important on these, even though they are pretty amazing MPWs. Getting these crates and getting the special unique rewards for the cashback event, I feel like that's so much more worthy of my crypto coins at the moment. Then you can get all these other ones. These 200 crypto coins you can basically get for free just by playing. Then you can get all these other rewards over here. You can get pretty much every core in the game apart from the new sets. So I know you can't get the Thunderer set course from this. You can get pets, skins, more skins. Then you can get all these other things here. They're not amazing, the stuff from the Wandering Merchant Shop. What is good though is food crates, tickets, and key cards. Now, they're pretty cheap. You can only get 9 of the tickets and key cards, but it's definitely worth it, especially with the 2 events that we've got going on right now. Yes, we have 2 events going on right now in Zero City. It's definitely worth it. Now, I'm going to make a whole separate video on the supplier event that we got. It's the second supplier event we've got. I will link that video to this video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed. Show you much love. Thank you very much for all the love you guys have been showing me. Thank you very much for the support. I will continue to make videos on this game. Have a great rest of your day. That's me out.